MySQL does something super interesting when it comes to full table scan. Hear me out. So we all know RAMs are faster than disk, but how much faster? So if your mem lookup or your RAM lookup takes about X, then your SSD lookups takes 4X and your HDD lookups take 80X, right? Which is why a lot of databases, they tend to utilize RAM really well because it keeps their latencies to a bare minimum. In case of a database, your unit of operation is called as a page, 4 KB, 8 KB, 16 KB, something, which is nothing but the bare minimum amount of data that will be transferred when it is reading something. So even if you are reading a row, that entire page is read and that page is cached, right? So page is a unit of data in case of database, and that is what gets transferred between disk and RAM that you would want to move on. Now, one page may contain multiple rows. Let's say your page size is, let's say, 4 KB and each of your row is 1 KB each. So that page would contain 4 rows. Now, of course, when it comes to caching, you have two concepts, which is locality of references. One is spatial locality and another one is temporal locality. Now, hear me, all of this will fit in very nicely together. Now, when it comes to spatial locality, it implies that if a row is accessed, let's say this particular row is accessed, then there is a very high probability that the row next to it or around it, near it, will be accessed. So that is spatial locality, that in terms of space, if I'm accessing something, I'm very likely to access something that is sitting right next to it. Right? So which is why caching a page is usually a good idea, because if you're accessing one row, you would be accessing the row next to it. Second is temporal locality, that if a page is accessed, there is a high probability that the same page will be accessed again. So that's why it makes sense for databases to keep the pages in memory, the recently accessed pages in memory. Which is why what happens is your cache, like your database tries to put a lot of things in cache, but your cache is limited because RAM is limited, right? And plus expensive, of course. Right? So which is where when your page is accessed and your page is cached, because of limited RAM, if you want to cache more, you would have to take something out from the memory, which is where your eviction comes in. Most famous algorithm, LRU. How is LRU implemented? Doubly linked list. Right? So what we do is we maintain, or rather database maintains something called as buffer pool. Here I'm going slightly specific to MySQL. So MySQL, what it does is it maintains a buffer pool, which is essentially a pool of cached pages, right? And it maintains a doubly linked list. This is the doubly linked list. So here on the head, you have your most recently used or most recently accessed pages and your least recently accessed pages on the tail. So when it comes to eviction, the least recently pages are evicted, right? And whenever a page is accessed, it is pushed to the head of the list. Classic LRU implementation. Okay, now let's go slightly more specific. So what MySQL InnoDB storage engine buffer pool does? This is what a very rough pseudocode looks like. Like if MySQL is trying to access a page, what it does, it checks first that if the page is in the cache. If the page is in the cache, great, it returns the page. Awesome, right? But if the page is not on the cache, it goes to the disk, gets the page. This is expensive, right? As we saw, 40, basically 4x and 80x lower, etc. Right? Now, when it goes to the disk, gets the page, what MySQL does is MySQL puts the page in the cache. Because of spatial locality and temporal locality, it makes sense for it to cache the pages. Great. Now, when it did that, if your cache is full, your MySQL evicts the page. It basically creates the space and then puts the page in the cache. Okay, all good? Nice. Quick refresher. So what's wrong with this approach? This is pretty standard. Like it's difficult to find something wrong in this approach, but there is something wrong in this approach. The wrong thing is when there are sequential scan that happens. So in case of sequential scan, what happens is that imagine if you're iterating an entire table. Now, in what condition would you iterate an entire table? Imagine you are dumping an entire table onto the disk. That's one of the reasons you'd want to do that. Now, if you are iterating the entire table, then what happens? Each page of that table that you are accessing becomes the most recent one. If it becomes the most recent one, then it goes to the head of the list. Head of the list. If it goes to the head of the list, your cache is limited. One page from the tail will be evicted. Then once you iterate the table, what you would eventually find out is that that entire cache, this entire doubly linked list is wiped out, which means actually it's still there, but your entire existing cache gets wiped out and it's filled with the pages from this one table that you just iterated. Now imagine that this table is never refreshed again. This pages that has been just added to the cache is never referenced again, because imagine you would iterating through the entire table, dumping it to the disk. What will you do after that? Nothing. So you lose your entire cache. You are filled up a cache with data of one table, and your DB performance takes hits because your subsequent queries has to go to the disk to access the relevant pages. Problem. This is where midpoint insertion strategy comes in. This is what MySQL actually employs. So the idea is very simple. What MySQL does is MySQL does not consider this doubly linked list, this buffer pool, as a single doubly linked list. What it does, it considers it as two smaller sublists. One is young sublist, another is an old sublist. And the ratio in which it is divided, it's 5/8 young and 3/8 old. This is configurable. We'll look at the configurations in some time. So 5/8 young, 3/8 old. Now, when you insert, instead of inserting at the head, which is the most recently used page in case of strict LRU implementation, you insert at the head of the old list. Let me get it straight. So you have your young list, which is 5/8 of the nodes, and you have your old list, which is 3/8 of the nodes. This is the head of the young list. This is the tail of the young list. This is the head of the old list. This is the tail of the old list. Okay. Your insertion happens from here. Your eviction happens from here. Now, when you're inserting, instead of inserting at the head of the young list, which is the head of the entire doubly linked list, you insert it at the head of the old list, which is here. Right? So insertion happens over here and eviction happens from here. All good? Nice. Now, how does this help? This helps because imagine if now you are doing a full table scan. If you are doing a full table scan, when you're inserting, it gets inserted here. And if you do full table scan, your code doesn't have to change. The insertion happens over here, and only the 3/8 of the list gets replaced with the pages of the table that you just iterated. Not the entire list gets, not the entire cache gets wiped out because of that. That's a good thing. But what's the role of the young list then? So if your page is in the doubly linked list that you have, it's in the old part and it is referenced again, then it moves to the head of the young list. So it means it takes longer. So if you go from left to right, you would see that the age is becoming older and older and older and older, and eventually the eviction happens from here. So if your page is already in the doubly linked list and it is referenced again, it's moved to the head of the young list, like how it always happens. And if you're doing a full table scan, only the 3/8 of the list gets affected. Such a simple solution to a seemingly complicated problem, if we can put it that way. That's the fun part of it. Awesome. Now, how do you view it? If you want to see this in action, you can of course run it, but I just want you to fire this one command on your MySQL, just access some table and do something, random insertion, random updation, something, and run show engine InnoDB status. It would spit out a lot of stuff. In that you have a buffer pool and memory section. In that you would find entries like this: pages made young 12, not this is literally snapshot from my MySQL InnoDB status, and then young making rate, etc, etc, etc. So this is where you see your buffer pool size, your free buffer, your database pages, etc, etc. If you want to change this configuration, you can actually have a configuration called InnoDB old blocks %, which is the percentage of old list to the entire buffer pool. Default value is 3/8, which corresponds to 37. So that's why the default value is 37. You can tweak it and make your old list as big as you want. And this is super interesting, right? So what looked like a seemingly complicated problem turns out the solution to that is just insert in the middle. It's like kind of giving it a second chance. Your first chance goes here. If you give it a second chance, like if you're accessing it again while it's still in the list, you move it to the head of the list. So such a simple solution to a seemingly complex problem. Awesome. So yeah, quick video. This is what I wanted to share. This is something that I found about 4-5 years ago, and I had a blog on it on a long time, but I thought, hey, let's just make a quick video out of it. So yeah, if you want to give it a shot, all you that just one Docker compose away. Build it, run it, test it, review the metrics. It's pretty fun. Right? Awesome. So yeah, short video. This is all what I wanted to cover in this one. I hope you found it interesting. Hope you found it amazing. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a ton.